Okay, 5.08. Last two units, 508 and 509, are, again, really quick. It's looking at one little difference in compared to the stuff we've done before. So we're going to be talking about activities with others. We're talking about stuff that's kind of ordinary, how often we do it, and then also talking about something that's out of the ordinary. So you're doing something and, oh yeah, this interesting thing. And here's the action. It's like an inspiration. Oh, I got something. Meaning something's unique. Boom. Oh, something happened. And we'll look at a story that includes that. Then it's almost more of a gesture than a sign, if that makes sense. Okay. So here's a couple things to look at. Asking what you will do on a certain day. I wonder if I can make... No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want that. All. Okay. So asking what you did or will do on a certain day, and then giving the information. And then in that, the sequence of when during the day, like which day and which, like afternoon, morning, night, right, whatever. And then who is going to be involved, and then what actions you either did or will do. And I should probably make that match. Now, the activity in class would be you'd pair up with someone, ask the question, they give the information, you write it down. Then the other person asks, thing just froze, then would give the information back the other way. And then we would get up and report, oh, this is what this person's doing on this day, right? So since we don't have partners that we can do that in, I just want you to think about what you would do or what you did on a certain day. Something like, pick something where there are like 3 or 4 things you did. Jot them down. What was that in terms? So think about it, write down, okay, it was when? It was this day. Was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago Monday? Was it yesterday? Will it be tomorrow? Or in 2 weeks? Or in 3 weeks? And which day of the week? Part of the day. Is it morning, noon, afternoon, night, all day? And I don't think we've introduced all night, but now's a good time to do it. So we have all day and all night. And you do it with a sweep of the hand. The more effort you put in is how much effort the day was. So if it's like, all night studying, as opposed to all night, it was fast and I didn't realize the night had passed. Okay. So think about that, write a little outline. I always recommend to use an outline as opposed to sentences. If you write sentences in English, your brain is going to want to follow the English because you remember writing them, right? And you remember seeing them. But if you write bullet points, you can do bullet points and put them in the order of what the signs will be, even ending with the ASL. Or write the bullet points and then underneath, in all caps, write a gloss of how you would sign that sentence. I always recommend doing it in a process. Figure out what you want to say, just the information itself. And then in between, write down the gloss. What are the signs? Do it in all caps so it's easy to read and it doesn't look like proper English with, the capitals and punctuation. It always helps. It's how I still approach my translations. If I'm translating a Shakespeare show, I do that. Like one column on the page, second column is the ASL and it's gloss. And I, rearrange it there. That way too, I can picture the gloss, and that's what I sign. I don't picture the English. Okay, so the next slide, and I guess I gotta make this one big too. This isn't going to be... Okay. The next one is bump into someone, say, oh, haven't seen you in a long time. How long? 2 weeks since not seen you. Ask, what have you been doing? What have you been doing? And then, boom, talking about the basic routine. And here's where that, something different. Oh, I've been doing this, same old, Work, studying, online classes, and then, oh, this is kind of the inspiration. Ooh, got something out of the ordinary, and then explain what that out of the ordinary thing was. Okay, so they're really the same information. They just want you to play with, what do you do if you're like, same old schedule. Oh, I did that. That was nice. Or, ooh, something happened. Okay. And then I don't usually do this one in class so much as just ask, is there, remember, what I normally do on like every, either Monday or Tuesday, whatever is the first day of class, is just go around and ask people what they did over the weekend. And that's when this kind of, ooh, pops up a lot of people going, oh, nothing, same old. I slept, I ate, and I went and saw a movie. So that's a good place to model all that. But even this gesture is not all that important, because when someone goes, we know, oh, something unexpected, right? Something out of the ordinary. So we've got most of this stuff we've already done in previous chapters. I think I included, let me double check, 5, 8. Scroll down. Hello. I can't see that. Okay, so 5.8 does have a vocab list, so just refer to that, and they're all on here. The ones I want to highlight specifically are us two, the two of us, 3 of us, 4 of us, 5 of us, and it's, you point to the group. Us two is actually a K. We two can also be you two. Those, and it's like you're pointing at both people. You two, okay. 3 of us, or 3 of you. 4 of us, 4 of you, or those 4 people. 5 of us. 5 is kind of the upper limit. We wouldn't do 9. It's a little too. It's weird because it doesn't look like a number. Like 8 of us. Technically, it's correct, but it's awkward to see. It's like when someone speaks incorrectly in English to make a point of what they're trying to say. It's almost like mixing metaphors. But so all of the other stuff, this is all from other chapters. Up to now, or since. So since this time to now, that sweep of time. And then another one that's good to know in here, we won't use it very often in this conversation, is from now on. And I believe we've covered them already before, but I just want to highlight up to now, from now on. And then same old, same old. It's the sign for similar, but what we do is make 2 big circles, same old, same old. So those are handy, especially when you're talking about same old, same old. Oh, but one new thing happened. Okay. Now we've already gone over the parts of the day, and I find it very funny that the book waits this long to basically the end of the semester to introduce the parts of the day. But just to reiterate, we've got morning, right? The sun coming up the horizon, morning, noon. So, and sometimes you'll see it with 12. If you're talking specifically at noon, if you're talking noonish. Afternoon, so the sun's starting to come down, afternoon, night, down below the horizon. Evening is further in the afternoon, like evening. You're not quite down to night. And then it's not on here, but midnight or midnight. We don't use it as most of the time we say midnight. Sometimes people will do this, but it's a little awkward to get the elbow up. And then we have all day, all night. And you can do both all day, all night. It's kind of a figure 8. If you're like, oh, I studied all day, all day and all night. Okay, so those will be important in the exercises because you're going to be watching. So here's the conversation where he's talking about what he did, I believe, over the weekend, or in the time that these two people have passed by and said, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time. What you been up to?" And he starts talking about same old, and then, "Oh, I went to an art festival with my brother." So it's good conversation. You can clearly see what he's talking about. And this second video, the next slide, shows that out of the ordinary moment. Ooh, it's kind of like, ooh, right? Oop, got an inspirational idea. So to go back with the vocab, we've got skiing. And now that it's wintertime in Ohio with no snow, there's not much skiing. So skiing and pandemic. Stay away from people. At least you're wearing a scarf, I suppose. Pandemic. Music show, concert, listening, art, and then museum or show, art show, or fingerspell gallery. I know that's a birthday cake, but it looks like the poop emoji. Let's be honest. So anyway, birthday. Now this is the old school sign. Born day. It's like enter day. The day you entered the world. There are many regional signs. In Ohio, you'll mostly see birthday, where you touch like favorite and then touch your lapel. You're pecked, I suppose. Birthday. There's also birthday. Birthday, But there are all sorts of ones. Almost every region of the U.S. has their own. It seems to be a legacy home sign, where even if you were in a community where there was like one deaf person, so that no one knew ASL, that these were the signs that families would create for special events and stuff like that. So they'd have their own like shorthand. 5, visit. Now, it's an initialized sign with 2 V's. Visit. I tend to say go see or go hang around with family as opposed to visit. But some people do still use visit. And go to a bar. Okay, so bar. This is a particularly painful sequence of vocab because we haven't been able to do these things. Now, beach, you'll see, sometimes it comes from the side. Some people sign it this way, and some people sign it coming up the fingers. But here's the wave coming up on the shore. Vacation, and I hope during this pandemic, no one's traveling, because that's how people get sick. Partying, that's how people get sick. That's how I got sick, was because someone traveled and gave it to me. I'm at peace. San Francisco, everything in this book is San Francisco obsessed because that's where they're published. So what this is basically sightseeing. Traveling and sightseeing. So looking. Dancing. A festival. Lots of people coming in. Could be like the state fair. A wine festival. I miss those. I miss game conventions. Whole year, none. Sports. And this is like carnival, circus, like, how there's a ring circus, carnival, or ride. If you show that you kind of go up and over and then, right, roller coaster. Amusement park, Park. Wouldn't be an amusement forest. That's where the centaurs live and the spiders. So, again, we reiterate going back to that idea of what did you do on a day? Here's the sequence of stuff. And you can include in that something unusual, unexpected that happened. But then here's the other one about an unusual day. Now, just to practice, the homework from the book shows a calendar. And there's a quick video where Norman, guy in purple shirt, is going to describe a specific day and part of the day. And all you have to do is go through. I put a little calendar. The assumption is today for the videos is Wednesday the 14th, right in the middle of the month. So if he says 2 days ago, it's the 12th, Monday. All right. So you're going to go through, watch what he does, and select the right number day, and then choose if it's morning, noon, afternoon, night, or all day. Those are the only choices that they use in this, I believe. I think I cleared all. There was one error, and I think I fixed it. So just want you to go through, and with each video, the first one's weird because it left the bars at the top and the bottom, so I'm not sure why. But and then I put the answers. I highlighted them in yellow, and I drew a red circle around the correct date. So you can see the first one, it is the 14th because it's tonight, and it's night. Okay. So they're just really simple, short, just to review, make sure you know what we're doing. And I think there's like 13 of these puppies. 11, 12, no, just 12. Then the next one is talking about activities. And I need to separate these out because the answers are right there. But the idea is to look at when this occurs. Same thing that we just did before. Circle the date, what part of the day, and a little bit more. Who is it now? What are you going to do? What is the activity, and what other things are going to happen? So there's going to be some more information. So it's building off the previous one. And what I'll probably do is, since you know what the questions are, I'll probably just put the video, and then on the next slide, put the answers with instructions. So I think there's 10 of those. And that's basically it. All we're looking at is how do you talk about events that happen in a day? And the videos are very clear, and really it's just a matter of practicing that. So it's a lot of receptive, and that's 5.8.